Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And a good morning to you. It is time for Coffee Ann on Atlanta Radio. Thanks for joining us on Tuesday morning. It's September 26th. My name's Joe Callahan. Thanks for joining us. Linda Tebow is here. Good morning to you, Linda.
Good morning.
And Ed Carew is here. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning. Good morning.
Ed from the Carew Investment Group. And Ed, time for our first message from your office.
Okay. Well, you want me to go there and do it?
Yes, could you please? I don't know why you're here.
Yeah. I don't either, for that matter.
Don't go through any red lights.
All right. Thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Ed Carew here, the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal management of investment accounts, and depending on what you're looking for, we can create a portfolio that'll provide you with current income, invest for growth for the future, and of course our primary focus, which is managing retirement money from client rollovers of their 401k plan after they leave the workforce. Whatever your goals are, we can put together a program to assist you. And remember, I've been in this business of investing for people for 37 years. God, 37 years. Helping people just like you with their investments. So give me a call at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thank you very much. Before we jump into the important discussions, just want to remind you, it's hydrant flushing season again here in the city of Woonsocket. So the following areas: Mendon Road from Cumberland Hill Road to Coursey Street, Cumberland Hill Road from Newberry Avenue to Newland Avenue, also Aylesworth Avenue, including all the side streets in those areas. We'll have hydrant flushing starting at 9 p.m. tonight, and will continue until 5 a.m. Wednesday, September 23rd. So you may have some lower than normal pressure, and you may see some discolored water. And if you do, run the cold water, not the hot, until everything clears up. All right, Ed was right again. He gets a bell on that one. The Feds did not raise the interest rates. Congratulations on being right again, Ed.
Thank you so much.
They didn't shoot it down for next time they meet, though. They always say, well, maybe next time, but not right now.
Well, that's okay. They can say maybe next time, as long as they say they're data dependent. And,
yep.
I don't know about
Makes
that.
sense. Okay. So this is the last week of the third quarter.
Yes.
All right.
Am I glad? I hate the second quarter.
You do.
The third quarter.
Third quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, expecting a lot of data to be coming in this week as the quarter closes out. Durable goods and things like that.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But what I'm waiting for is the quarter to get out of the way so that we can have the earnings start to come out on the second week of October. Mm-hmm. And things can start to make sense again.
Yeah. And the fourth quarter normally does better.
Fourth quarter normally does better.
Okay.
The third quarter is usually the worst quarter,
yeah,
with August and September being crummy months. Mm-hmm. And they haven't disappointed.
All right. Auto workers are still on strike?
Yes.
And Biden's going to join the picket line.
Yes, he is.
How about that?
Yeah.
First time ever a sitting president is actually going to be... Will he actually walk? Well, I think he'll stay there and he'll have his picture taken with a bunch of UAW workers behind him.
It's called a photo op.
And one sign says UAW on strike.
You don't have to walk too much; you'll trip over a pebble.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So is it all show, or does he really think he's concerned about the auto workers?
Well, he has to show up because there's so many.
But no one else has done it.
Oh no. A whole bunch of different politicians have done it.
For the auto workers?
Yeah.
I mean presidents in the past when other unions have gone on strike.
I don't know if they've shown up, but I don't remember any other president saying that I'm the most supportive union president in the history.
That's right. I don't remember hearing
that.
I
mean, if you're going to brag about it, I think you ought to show up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think you should be there, Linda?
I don't know. Probably, no. I don't think he should be there.
Is he just going to get in the way?
Get in the way, but also I think taking a stance, pro-union, if people are against the union,
Well, that's the thing. There are some people who are not in favor of what the union is doing.
Right, exactly.
So you don't want to alienate potential voters
Yeah, right.
if you're running for office, especially when you have such a slim lead as he seems to have,
Yeah.
if he has any lead at all. So yeah,
But I figure there's so many more union workers
Right.
than there
yeah.
was
So
in
send
managers.
the labor
so there's-
secretary down.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Labor secretary.
Oh well, yeah, but
Wouldn't that make sense?
he's running for president.
Well, yeah,
so-
but he could say I'm sending a labor secretary
Yeah.
down. The labor secretary should be more representative of the union
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
than the president, who's a representative of the people,
Yeah.
all of the people.
All of
Right.
the
Right.
people, yeah,
True.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but the unions are strong. No, it's that particularly a union is
Yes.
very strong. That's for sure, and they have a lot of voters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
All right.
But I think it's a photo op.
You'll see a lot of it when he's out there. Will he actually walk a line? Who knows? But anyway, moving on from that, I wanted to give Linda her chance to talk about the Patriots on Sunday.
Oh, I know. I am very happy to say that I was wrong.
Okay.
Because remember I said that I thought they would lose, and I
Yes.
thought they were going to at the end of the second half there. I thought that
Didn't look good.
They looked good in the first.
Yes.
Huh? I thought they looked good in the first. Kind of went a little downhill after that, but they won. I mean, they won, and any win is a good thing,
A win's,
right?
especially against your division rival.
Right.
That is always
You
a
know,
good thing.
It's a
so.
good thing.
But they should. I said this yesterday. They should have won 35-3, and they didn't.
And they
They
did.
won 15-10,
Yeah, yeah.
and they almost got that Hail Mary pass at the end too.
Yes, I know. That's what I mean. That's why I was kind of holding my breath at
Yeah.
the end there. Yeah, I thought they were going to.
But the funny thing is,
Thought
and
the Jets were going to pull it off.
I don't know if you guys watch this kind of stuff, but I do. In New York, of course, they're going. The Jets fans are going crazy.
Oh, should yeah.
And even Joe Namath has come out
Yeah,
and said Zach Wilson has got to go,
yeah,
because nothing makes former players and current players angrier is when a current player makes basically a mental error. And Zach Wilson did this a couple of times where the pocket was collapsing around him,
yeah,
but he was still being protected, and he just sat down.
yeah, yeah,
And that it's driving
Yeah,
other
yeah.
players crazy
Yeah.
that you just gave up
yeah.
without even being touched. Where's the toughness?
Yeah. And I forgot which commentator it was, because they said he's lost his confidence. And then some,
Yeah.
well, I can't remember which one it was. Was it Terry Bradshaw, maybe?
No, it
Uh,
was
He said never had the confidence.
yeah.
You know,
Tony Romo.
the kid never.
Nope. Tony Romo. They
was
said
it?
he was being good. Sims.
didn't-
Sims. Was it Sims or the
Was
other?
it
Oh,
somebody
oh,
that said
okay.
no? He never had the
And
confidence.
the other guy sitting next to him there said he
Yeah,
never had
said
it.
never had it. He never had it. And I mean, no, they brought in what's his face there, Aaron.
Aaron to take over.
So that kind of like,
Say, okay, now you're back in.
now you're back in.
Not that I'm trying to defend Zach Wilson, but they did show it. They said, okay, here's a still picture. Okay, Wilson's back to pass. Okay, who's he going to pass to? Covered. There's no one to throw to. So he'd either throw it to the ground or he'd throw it away.
Yeah.
I go, well, that was a smart decision. You notice he didn't get intercepted.
No.
So
no, he
gotta look at
didn't.
a silver
No.
lining there.
I really thought he was going to pull that off though. That Hail Mary pass.
Oh, I
was
thought so
like,
too.
Oh gosh.
So as it bounced back up off the guy's shoulder, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So
But I
anyway,
mean, they won. They won,
They
and I was
won,
wrong, and
and
I was glad to be wrong.
head coach of the Jets is saying, we're sticking with this guy. Unless they trade for somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't. There's got to be somebody else there, but he's probably a rookie.
Yeah.
We're going with this guy that's got at least
Yeah.
some experience, and so we're staying with this guy. And they play someone big next week. Patriots play the Cowboys, but they play someone that's going to kill them. That's like the Chiefs or the Eagles or somebody's
Yeah.
coming there to beat them. So
Did you hear the comment that Bill Belichick made about the Taylor Swift?
yes, I did.
Yes,
I
that's
did.
a catch.
And for whatever reason, Taylor Swift, I guess she's dating Travis Kelce, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, and she was at the game.
Yeah.
And she was cheering. Somehow for some reason that's the talk of the NFL world is that they're together. like,
But for him to make
okay.
such a comment,
But
though,
yeah,
now
Bill
that's a
Belichick.
catch, he
Bill,
said.
Bill Belichick quoted as saying, "Travis Kelce has made a number of big catches in his career.
Yeah.
This is the biggest."
This is the biggest, yeah.
All right, that was
I
pretty
thought-
clever.
I thought that was very clever and funny from him.
It is funny for him because you weren't
He's usually
expecting
so
it.
like,
I thought for sure he was going to say, I don't know who Taylor Swift is.
Right, exactly.
But I forgot. He actually went to Taylor Swift's show this past summer.
Did he?
Yeah, he went to the show in the rain. Remember, it was
The
pouring
rain,
rain?
yes,
Yeah.
that's the one my daughter.
And she
granddaughter
said,
went to.
Belichick was at that one, and he complimented Taylor Swift, who was out there
In the rain.
in that pouring rain
Yeah.
performing for 3 hours.
Yeah.
She goes, she is tough.
Yeah, yeah.
that she could do it. So he has a lot of respect for
I
Taylor Swift.
guess.
So he does
I
know.
guess, so
As
does know
Bill
who
was
she
in
is.
one of the luxury boxes
Yeah,
watching.
staying dry is what he was doing.
Yeah.
All right. We mentioned this yesterday on the Coffee and program. We had a lot of violence here in the Blackstone Valley over the weekend. 2 people stabbed and died. 1 person shot and died. And it is bizarre, that place out of Pawtucket where the daughter allegedly stabs her mother to death, and then she calls
She calls
911
911.
and says,
Yeah.
"This is what I've just done. Come on down."
Yeah.
And they did, and they're still
Yeah.
holding her. And the shooting in Central Falls,
Yeah.
and not just one shot.
Yeah.
He was shot multiple times,
Yeah.
and it's like, wow. And then we had the stabbing in Cumberland.
Come on.
Now they've arrested the woman in Pawtucket. They've arrested somebody in the shooting in Central Falls, and they've now have the person that did the stabbing in Cumberland.
Yeah.
They've all been apprehended.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, wow, three murders, all in a row, 3 connected towns. Not that they're connected together,
No.
but it's just right in a line.
In the Blackstone Valley.
Yeah, Cumberland,
Yeah,
Central Falls, Pawtucket.
scary,
I'm like,
yeah.
wow, you
Yeah.
don't see that very often.
No. But the police keep saying they feel it was targeted. No,
The guy in Central Falls was targeted.
targeted.
Yeah, that was a targeted shooting.
Yeah.
So, well, nothing to worry about.
No, that's what I mean.
Are you
know,
sure there's nothing to worry about?
Yeah, none. Don't worry. Yeah. But think about it. If they've already shot somebody or stabbed somebody to death,
Yeah.
and now they're loose in the community,
Yeah.
what's another person?
Yeah,
Right?
well, that's
you know?
right, especially when they're on the run.
You know,
so
on the run, yeah.
they, but at least they caught up with this guy, and I guess this guy's just got out of prison. This is the one that did the shooting, allegedly in Central Falls. He just got out of prison, and
Early release.
I don't know if it
For
was
good
early
behavior.
release, but then what I'm hearing is that he thinks, I don't know if any truth to this, but while he's in prison, the guy he shot is fooling around with his girlfriend, and so therefore revenge must be taken.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's
That-
what he did.
that's
I don't
what
think he
we
went
do.
to talk to
Yeah.
him and say, "Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what I believe you have done.
Yeah.
You need to be shot multiple
Yeah.
times." So it's like,
Sad.
wow, it's the way
That's the way it is now.
it is.
Sadly.
And so he'll be going right on back.
Right back.
Right on back to prison.
Yeah.
And it's weird. There's some people that my brother used to tell me that he used to work with young kids in high schools and driving them out to different jobs and things like that. And he would tell me because he could hear their conversations in the back of the car. And this is 10 years ago, and it doesn't think much has changed. For some reason, these kids, maybe they're from lower income. I'm not positive, but they just don't see a future for themselves. They think they're all going to die by their 30 or be in prison. So we're just going to do whatever we feel like.
Wow, that's very sad.
I'm like, oh, I can't believe that mentality.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, something will happen. So we're just going to go out and
Do what we want.
do what we want. We'll either be stabbed, we'll be shot, or
Yeah.
we'll just be arrested. We'll just go to prison. And that's our life. And they're okay with it. They don't want
Yeah.
to change it. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's just. I don't understand
No.
that kind of thinking, but it doesn't look like much has changed.
No.
So,
No.
which is too bad. All right, break time here on the Coffee and program, but more is coming your way. So we're going to give it over to Ed Carew for a second message from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Integrity, trust, service. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Established in 1987, we've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that they know. many of which pay quarterly dividends. We use also investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. To find out more about our services and for a quality conservative approach to investing, give us a call. You can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Integrity, Trust, Service, the Carew Investment Group. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Very good, Ed. More coming your way. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
Hi, everybody. This is Linda Tebow for Aging Well in Woonsocket, inviting you all to a fun and special way to help us with our work at the Gaston Ayard Junior Senior Center. Join us for dinner and laughter as the famous Charlie Hall presents his hilarious look at aging well called Aging Disgracefully. What's more, Aging Disgracefully is at 4:30 in the afternoon on a Friday, October 20th. No nighttime driving. Seating at the Senior Center Hall on Social Street is limited, so get your tickets today. Thanks to the generous financial support of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island, the tickets are only $30 for an afternoon of salad, dynamites, dessert, friends, and laughter you will never forget. Aging Disgracefully supports the health and wellness programs of Aging Well, Inc.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
ON Radio.
All right, Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan, Ed Carew, and Linda Tebow is here. We did get a note called in, 766-1240. Cowboys are up next for the Patriots in Dallas. That's a tough one. And was anyone surprised that the Cardinals beat Dallas last week? Absolutely. Knocked me over with a feather on that one.
Yeah.
That was a shocker. And so which makes me angry because now the Cowboys will be up for a grudge match to win. I was like, oh, great. Now they're going to be mad. So, best of luck. And the Patriots have got to learn how to score more than 15 points.
Yeah.
Let's get up into the 30-point range. Let's get up into the 70-point range like the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Let's go with this. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to bring this up, and you're probably going to wonder why. But in my town up in Mansfield, yesterday morning at like 3 in the morning, the police got a 911 call, and they said someone's breaking into cars in this particular neighborhood. And so they went out, saw what was going on, and then they set up a perimeter, and they called the Foxborough police and said, bring the K-9 and bring the drones. And then they called the Mass police, and they cornered these guys inside the perimeter. And around 4 in the morning, the Mansfield police pulled over a car. There's 4 teenagers in it.
All the kids from Rhode Island.
4 teenage boys, and they're all in wet and muddy clothes. And then a couple hours later, they caught 2 more. So they arrested 6. And that's why I bring it up. Why are you talking about what's going on in Mansfield? They're all from Rhode Island.
Yeah, from Rhode Island.
But they haven't said where yet.
Yeah.
Of course, they won't give away their names or their ages yet.
No,
well,
'cause
because they're all underage. And their names are not fine. But I am really interested to find out from where in Rhode Island
Yeah.
did they decide let's come up to this part of Mansfield, Massachusetts, and break into cars.
Yeah. Maybe they think they won't get caught.
I'm thinking that's it. Sleepy little town.
Yeah.
No one will notice us.
Yeah.
We'll get in and we'll get out. Well, they and the police chief up there, reminding people you got to lock your doors. Doesn't matter what
Yes.
town you're in, lock your door. And that's what they did. They found unlocked cars,
Yeah.
and that they started getting more calls. 6 a.m, people getting up and going out to their driveways, and now the stuff that was inside their car is now strewn all over the road. Someone broke into my car last night. So they got a lot more phone calls. So, but they didn't say what they were if they were caught with money or cell phones or things like that. So I'm interested to see what they were caught with, and I'm really interested to
Yeah.
see where they were from.
Yeah, I
in
saw
Rhode
that
Island.
piece and I was like, kids from Rhode Island, why are they going there? Because well, I shouldn't say how.
It's not that far. It's about 20 minutes,
It's
maybe
20
25.
minutes, yeah.
If you're going up up 95,
Yeah.
like from Pawtucket.
Yeah,
A little longer if you're going to come from other parts of the state because there's
Yeah.
side roads you have to take to get there.
interesting.
But it's the same thing. There was a guy in Massachusetts. He was arrested for robbing banks in Fall River and in Boston.
yeah, yes.
Well, if I'm all over the place,
yeah,
it'll be harder for me to catch.
yeah.
It's,
Well, I'm curious. One of them had to be 16, obviously. Although
someone's driving.
someone's driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe 17.
Yeah.
A bunch of 17-year-olds were in there.
So,
So
is a 17-year-old allowed to drive?
No, they can't. Not with other kids. But if they're going to go stealing, do they?
I want to know what the rules are in Massachusetts. I mean, in Rhode Island.
Yeah, but if he's driving in Massachusetts, wouldn't Massachusetts law apply?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because in Rhode Island, excuse me, in Rhode Island you get a license at 16.
Yeah.
Massachusetts, 16 and a half.
Yeah.
So if you're 16 with your Rhode Island license,
Yeah.
driving in Massachusetts, you're okay.
But they're not supposed to have
Right.
kids in the car, though. Isn't that the law?
The Mass law is
I know it's the mass law.
the
I
Mass
know.
law is when you
Yeah.
get your license,
Yeah.
nobody under 18 in your car
Unless
unless
it's a
they're a family member.
family member. Yeah.
Everybody
Like my
beco-
cousin-
everybody
my
becomes your
cousin's
cousin.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I don't know, but I don't think that law applies if you're from out of state.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause they
And
didn't-
I don't know what the law is in Rhode Island because I haven't had a
Yeah,
teenage driver in
yeah.
a very long time.
The reason I'm asking that
Yeah.
is that I know someone over the weekend who had to. How did it work? The guy lives in the Berkshires.
Okay.
He's a young guy, got his license.
Mm-hmm.
He came to visit his father, who lives in Middleborough.
He drive
And-
himself.
He drove himself,
Okay. Everything's okay.
but
so
he
far?
had to get home before 8 o'clock.
There is a curfew. There is a
That's what I
curfew.
mean. If
Yeah.
there's a curfew for a mass driver, is that curfew applied to an out-of-state driver who's 16? When he says
Yeah.
the kid said something about you have to
8
be
seems
18.
a little early, but I thought the curfew was 11.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He said 8 o'clock.
Maybe
so
maybe it's
wait,
8.
Whatever.
Unless you're coming from work, then you can go bypass the curfew. There are a lot of rules
Yeah.
in terms of driving in Massachusetts when you're a Mass resident, and I don't know if it applies.
Well,
to
but I
out-of-state
would think if
residents.
they're out there breaking into cars, all the laws in Massachusetts are going to
Well,
apply.
if we're gonna try to
You know,
apply as
get
much
'em
as
for
we
everything.
possibly can,
Absolutely, and they should.
and maybe they will go with
And they
underage non-family members in the car.
Yeah,
So
they should.
I look forward to seeing what all the charges.
Well, I
may
think what
be.
happens lots of times with these kids, we can't give out a name, and so they get a little slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Oh yeah.
you know, there's never a consequence that fits the crime that they've just done.
We can hear a phone ringing in the background here. You might not be able to hear it on the air,
Oh.
but it's another cell phone in the office.
Oh, I
It's not
see.
happening in here.
I was
I was gonna
thinking
say,
that
yeah.
can't be mine.
it's too low, but I can hear it. All right, I want to ask Linda this question because back in your town manager days,
Town elected town administrator. Yeah.
did
go
you
ahead.
ever have to let someone go? I'm bringing it up because the inspector who marked the Harborside Inn fire suppression system as falsely compliant on Block Island. He has had his license revoked.
As
So
it
maybe this
should
is
be.
maybe this is not the
Yeah.
town. Maybe this,
Yeah.
this is the state doing this.
Yeah.
Peter Freund, who owns the company Emergency Services of New England, reportedly admitted that he gave the system a pass despite advising the building owner there were components which could malfunction. Freund also admitted he took the same action for 2 other businesses on the island, which were ordered by the state to make an immediate fix. Criminal charges are not expected to be filed in connection to the Harborside fire since the blade was ruled accidental. But the sprinkler systems
Sprinkler
didn't work
Yeah.
because
They were-
he
Well,
passed
they were
it.
out of sync or something, right? Yeah.
I forget why
yeah,
they
but
didn't
they, yeah.
and there was grease in the kitchen
Yeah.
up in the vents. Not that that started the fire; it just
Yeah.
accelerated it. Now it's not in this story, and I'm only making a speculation because I've got a good conspiracy theory coming here.
Uh-huh.
Was there a kickback?
Very possibly.
Hasn't come out yet.
No.
But
it's
hey,
possible.
here's a
Yeah.
little Finsky on
Yeah,
the side.
yeah.
I'll get that fixed. Don't you worry about it. You pass this.
Yeah.
I'll get it fixed. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here's a little something for you.
Very possible. Anything's possible.
And it is, and you know, and the inspection takes place, just before the season, just before the summer season starts for these guys. We can't be shut down. We got people coming. We make all our money basically in 2 months. End of June, okay.
Yeah.
What is that? 8 to 10 weeks, let's say. We have to make all our money for the entire year in these 2.5 months.
Yeah.
We can't be shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a risk the owner of the
Well,
place
no,
is
but
willing
just
to
thank
take.
God there were no people in it.
Well, yeah.
At the time.
Well, there were, but they all got out.
No, but they got out. That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
and
you
no
know?
one got hurt. This guy,
Yeah.
this guy
I
Peter,
think then
would be
you
in real
might
trouble.
then you might have seen criminal charges.
Well, yeah,
you know,
involuntary
anybody even-
manslaughter. So it's your
Exactly,
fault
that kind
here.
of thing, yeah.
But that hasn't come out yet about if there's anything little graft on the side, and from the other 2 businesses,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
by the way, who said, "Oh yeah, well, don't worry about it. We'll fix it like we always do every year. Here's a little
Yeah.
something for you."
Yeah. Could be. Never know.
It's Rhode Island,
Anything is possible.
Now,
Did I ever have to
did
get
you have
rid
to
of
give
some?
it
Yes, I
someone,
did one time.
for,
yes.
for passing someone when they shouldn't have passed
Well,
something, or something
no, not
similar.
That, but we had something similar. We had a young man that was working for us to help with recycling and such. And so he'd go to all, the community, throughout the community and everything. And then I found out he didn't have a driver's license.
And he's
So-
driving town
well,
cars.
he was driving his own vehicle, but still he
Okay.
was there representing.
Yeah.
So yes, I did have to let him go.
Was it the license revoked, or he just never went and got one?
He didn't have one,
He
and
just didn't have
it
one.
didn't matter. He didn't have one, so
Wow.
he had to be gone. And he was.
Did he say, "I'll go get it. I'll go
No,
get
he
one"?
knew. He got caught.
I got caught and I
Yeah.
don't want to get one,
Yeah.
huh? Wow.
Yeah.
How long was he working? Do you know?
He was with us for about a year, I think.
Wow.
And
Okay.
then, yeah, I got tipped off from actually somebody, another mayor in
Okay.
another community.
Who know of this
Called
guy?
me and knew and
And
found
say,
that out and called to let me
"Wow."
know. Yeah.
Say, hey, guess what?
Yeah, guess what? Like,
Oh, my gosh.
Shoot. And he was doing such a good job.
Oh, isn't that the worst?
Likable young man, too.
Mm,
Yeah.
The guy, I got to let you go because, a technicality, basically.
Right.
But
I
hey,
mean,
but
he
hey,
knew. He knew.
What if he got into an accident? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know?
All right, Ed. In Milford, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
We had this story a couple of months ago. You might remember that the Dighton police chief was in trouble.
Yeah.
Something about insider trading.
Instead of trading.
Yeah. Well, he's resigning.
Resigning, yeah.
Sean Cronin
Yeah.
was arrested in June. Insider trading charges. He's facing a possible lengthy prison sentence. I'm figuring it's like 10 years. Must be. That sounds
Yeah.
lengthy. So he was paid on paid leave by the Dighton's Board of Selectmen, and probably on advice of his lawyer, you might want to resign. And so he will. So that doesn't make his defense look good, though. I think the prosecutor. I mean, he had to do it, but the I'm sure the prosecutors may use this. Well, look, we got him to quit. And he gives up his pension, right?
I don't
Isn't
know.
that what that happens?
I don't know. I was just going to say he may have resigned not to lose his
Not to
pension.
lose
Maybe,
it,
okay.
He says, I'm resigning. I was innocent when I resigned.
Yes, he was. That's right. So why should I lose out on that money?
Yeah.
Huh.
So that may be the reason for resigning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the guy, the senator, the U.S. senator.
Oh, Menendez.
Menendez,
oh my
what state's he
God.
from?
New Jersey.
Is he?
No.
Okay. With the gold bars in his house?
Yeah.
Who has gold bars in their house?
Not me.
Where's he getting it
Stock
from?
certificates, maybe.
Well, yeah. Well, where's he getting the gold bars from? Is he heading down to Fort Knox and picking a few up?
You can buy them,
You can?
of course.
Where? Where can I
There
go buy
are-
gold
at-
bars?
At the
There
gold
are-
bar store.
Yeah. You go buy the bar that sells booze, and you go to the gold bar store.
Here's
no,
a- here's
no,
a-
no, you
here's
can
a
buy them.
1,000
and
to be
They
a-
advertise on
You see
TV
that
all the
on
time.
TV,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, those seem so tiny.
Well, you can buy bigger ones if
You
you,
can
want
buy-
to.
oh,
you know,
well, okay.
$2,000 an ounce or something.
Yeah, right.
How big do you want it to be?
All right. Well, he's resigned from the foreign relations.
From the committee.
Committee.
Because the committee chair, I think,
Yeah.
wasn't he? Yeah.
But he will not resign from being senator.
No.
Even though a few people have called for him to do that.
Yeah.
Not our senators from Rhode Island, but they said, well, innocent until proven guilty and
Yeah.
all that. So
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes. And all right. So, but it's him and his wife, right? Him and his wife are in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh my.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen pictures of them or anything like that.
Yeah, she's.
What is his name now?
she's
Melendez?
Melendez.
Yeah, Melendez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about her?
She's unique.
Mrs. Melendez.
Mrs.
Well, okay, unique in what way, Linda?
She's just. She doesn't look like the usual
Senator's wife?
senator's wife
Ah. Trophy wife?
of days gone by.
Oh, well, all right then. Okay. All right, we're going to take a break time here on Coffee In. We'll leave it at that. It's time
Just
for the
leave
weather.
it at that. Leave it at that.
Time for the weather forecast being brought to you by Compassion International.
More clouds than sun today with a high of 60 and a breeze from the northeast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, overnight low of 42. Wednesday's weather mostly sunny, high of 66. Thursday, sunshine and 68. Friday, mostly cloudy with a high of 66. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 69. Sunday, sunshine and 73. And Monday, sunshine and a high near 76.
Currently outside the Navigate Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, cloudy skies, no rain. We have 58 degrees. Drought, war, and rising food prices have devastated families in poverty. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
I love our Rhode Island shoreline, but our location makes us vulnerable to hurricanes and tropical storms. It's important to be prepared as best we can before the storm hits. You can help by knowing your risks, getting flood insurance, and being familiar with your evacuation route. Let's all do our part to be hurricane strong. The steps we take today can help minimize damage tomorrow. Learn more at riema.ri.gov.
Brought to you by Governor Dan McKee and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
Hi, everybody. This is Bill Schneck with the Autumn Fest Steering Committee. Autumn Fest 2023 is almost here, and I am very excited to announce that the 2023 Autumn Fest raffle calendars are now available here at this radio station, WOON AM and FM radio, 985 Park Avenue. The Autumn Fest raffle calendars are still $10 each, and this year the total prize value is over $12,000, our highest ever. During the month of November, a drawing will be held every day. If your name is drawn and you win that day, your name will go back into the daily drawing so you could have multiple chances to win. The calendars will also be available to purchase during our 45th Autumn Fest celebration being held this Columbus Day weekend, October 7th, 8th, and 9th at World War II Veterans Memorial Park on Social Street here in Woonsocket. Calendars will also be available with any members of the Autumn Fest Steering Committee. All proceeds from the sale of the Autumn Fest raffle calendars will be used to offset expenses incurred during the Autumn Fest weekend. I look forward to seeing you, your families, and friends this Columbus Day weekend down at Autumn Fest. Thank you for your continued support over the last 45 years.
ON Radio. ON Worldwide.
Hi, this is Romeo Berthium inviting you to join me every Saturday morning from 6 to 9 for The Saturday Show. This all request program includes music, news, sports, weather, and all sorts of community announcements. And what a great way to start your weekend. Join me this Saturday morning.
ON Radio. ON Worldwide.
It is Coffee Ed here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. And so we had this story last week. It was a couple of stories, both out of Massachusetts. Hazing situations. One going on at King Philip High School, dealing with the football team. The other was the Boston College swim and diving team. And so come to find out that the Boston College swim and diving team isn't a very good swim and diving team. They're always in last place.
Oh, really?
In their whatever conference they happen to be swimming and diving in. Anyway, Boston College, because of the allegations of hazing, decided to suspend the swimming and the diving teams. I thought, okay, well, I guess that's something they felt they had to do, but is that the end of the story? No. No, the plot thickens. Numerous members of the Boston College men's and women's swimming and diving team are challenging the suspension of the squads. BC suspended both teams after the reports of hazing. Attorneys representing 28, that's got to be the whole team, 28 of the team members have reached out to the school and demanded that the indefinite suspension of the program be lifted immediately. They must be looking at financial aid. This is where I get my scholarships from.
Oh, that's true.
That's the only thing I can think of. Despite the actions, Boston College officials say the suspension will remain in place while the investigation is ongoing. Should the diving teams be suspended, Ed? Swimming and diving team at Boston College.
Don't know. Don't follow the story. Didn't follow the story.
Well, from what I tell you,
From what you tell me?
yeah. Is BC going too far? Should they suspend them while they're investigating, or should they let them continue to swim and dive? I don't know when swimming and diving season is.
Everything has a season. Yes.
That's right.
I'm
I always
not
thought swimming and diving was in the winter time.
Yeah,
but,
I
I
I'm
could
not
be wrong
sure
on
when
that.
the season is. But usually that's what they do when there's a hazing incident. Like,
Suspend,
when the
stop
football
everything?
team, they had said, no, was it the football, the hockey team, whatever, in North Smithfield?
Everything stopped.
For
Yeah.
a while until they looked into it. So I think it's normal procedure to do that.
I think so too. Of course, if it's not everybody, if it's only a few,
But they don't know that until they investigate.
Until they
it,
investigate,
right?
it's the innocent ones
Yeah.
that are saying, "Hey, wait,
Yeah.
what about? Hey, wait a minute."
Yeah, no,
Had
I
nothing
get
to do
that,
with this.
especially for seniors and stuff. I don't even know how long or how short the season is. Do you? I don't.
No.
No.
So, but Ed, and so nothing. Just I know you're not
trying to
following the
think
story.
Back here, it seems to me that from the little I know about this thing is that
Mm-hmm.
participating in this hazing thing was they asked you if you wanted to. The person who was going to be
Hazed?
so to speak. They asked if they wanted to participate, and if they said no, they were off the hook.
Okay.
With no repercussions.
I see.
So it
I haven't
sounds.
heard that much.
Oh, I hadn't heard that part.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm confusing it with something else. Like I said, I didn't follow it very closely. So if that's the case,
Yeah.
that's not like the normal type of hazing that can
right.
be.
Usually it's against your
they're
will
using-
kind
yeah,
of thing.
exactly. If you choose to participate, is it hazing or is it just horseplay?
That's right. Okay. Well, I don't know where this will go with anything. Even though they hired a lawyer, the lawyer did what he or she said we'll do. Well, we'll reach out to the school to see if they'll lift it. They said no. I'll see. And now it's off to court.
Yeah.
Way down the road. So we'll see what happens
And
there.
they're still going to lose the season.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Also, Massachusetts, Ed. Things that make you go, what are you thinking, kind of thing. There is the chair of the Cannabis Control Commission in Massachusetts. Her name is Shannon O'Brien. Okay, she's been suspended. She makes $181,000 a year, being the chair of the Cannabis Control Commission, and she's been suspended with pay on September 14th by the state treasurer, Deb Goldberg. The reason for the suspension has not been revealed, with the treasurer's office saying it's a personnel matter that cannot be discussed. By law, the commissioner can be removed for malfeasance in office, neglect of duties, committing gross misconduct, or being convicted of a felony. Nothing has happened yet, but now she's not doing her job. She has been suspended, still getting paid.
Wow.
I want to know where you go to get these jobs.
I know.
Massachusetts.
You go to Massachusetts, Ed? Oh, this is
Wow.
a beauty.
Wow.
And they just started this cannabis control commission. I mean, relatively recently.
Yeah, so she doesn't
Within
have
the
a
last
lot of
year.
experience. Yeah.
So what could she? It's all speculation because they won't tell us what she's
Well, that's 'cause
suspended
they
for.
can't.
So what is
And
she
they
doing?
can't if it has to do with personnel. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you thinking the malfeasance in office? Something's going on. Is she taking pens home? Is
I don't know.
or
I
cannabis?
yeah. I can't even
Fathom to guess what she could
fathom, I
possibly be
guess,
doing.
Yeah.
All right. I hope they come out and tell us. I'd be thrilled. I'd be thrilled to hear.
But it's always interesting, that they get suspended with pay.
While we investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we suspend it without pay, and then they're found out to be innocent,
Then
you got to
you
give them all
got
the back pay money
yeah.
anyway.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So, but then again, if we suspend them with pay, and they are found guilty, do they pay back the money we paid you?
Perhaps they don't.
Well, yeah. So that's why you want those jobs in Massachusetts. Then.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
That's where it's happening. All right. So there is a Republican debate tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
In where's it being held? Not that it really
I don't
matters. But it's on Fox. I remember that.
Yeah.
I think it's on Fox. Is it on Fox?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Trump will not be there.
No.
Was this his call,
Yeah,
or
he
did
said
Fox
he-
not invite him?
No, he said he wasn't. Well, I don't know if they invited him or not, but he said he wasn't going to participate in the debate.
Is it because it's too early,
No, because
or
he's
just because he's
so
far
ahead,
He's so
I
far
was
ahead of
gonna
and
DeSantis.
he's so much better.
He doesn't think he has to. Right.
Well, he is so far ahead of DeSantis, who's in second place. It's
know.
double digits, isn't it? That he's
Oh,
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Has to-
think
it
so.
has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's right. He doesn't have to.
No, I know.
He makes his appearances
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
where he feels like
does.
making his appearances,
Yeah.
and everything's fine. I don't.
Yeah.
You already know where I stand on everything. If he goes and makes the debate, the only thing that'll do is it'll bring his numbers down. I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he might actually be listening to one of his advisors, Ed.
Well, maybe I don't know. From what I've read, he is a lot of his advisors are telling him that he should participate.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm wrong then. He never listens to his advisors anyway. So
No, he doesn't.
No,
Okay.
because he knows more than everybody.
So if you do watch the debate tomorrow night, this is what I want you to do. A little homework. Watch Tim Scott. He's one of the Republicans.
Yeah.
He's from South. I think he's a senator from South Carolina.
Really?
You haven't heard of him?
No.
Okay, watch him.
Yeah.
Uh,
Scott.
Tim Scott.
Yeah.
I like what he has to say.
Yeah.
He's not a Trump guy. He's not that radicalness.
Yeah.
He's not a Ron DeSantis, pound the chest, look at me kind of guy.
Yeah. I don't
He's a
like
lot
that.
more
I don't
mellow,
like
but he says a lot of things. He actually says a lot of things that Trump says, but he doesn't say it like Trump.
Well, yeah.
More like we got to secure the border.
Well, I think, yeah.
That kind of thing.
That's. Yeah.
But he doesn't say it the way Trump says it.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's just
Yeah.
it's just different.
Yeah.
And so when I saw him during the first debate, I went,
Yeah.
Trump Scott ticket.
Yeah.
Trump Scott.
Yes.
No.
Because no, you don't
No.
see it, Ed.
No.
See, the way I see it is because something I haven't told you, Linda, because you don't know him.
Yeah.
He's African American.
Oh, okay.
I think he's the only African American on the Republican presidential side.
Really?
Yeah. But that's a smart move to bring him on as your running mate. At least I think.
Oh, it would be a smart move on Trump's part.
Well, that's right.
But would it be a smart move on his part?
Oh well, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't, but it gets him that much closer to the Oval Office.
Yeah.
I think you want to pay attention to Nikki Haley.
Yeah.
I saw her in the first debate too. Thought she went well, although I hate that she just says, she keeps saying, "Well, I'm the only woman. I'm the only woman. I'm the only woman." Tim Scott doesn't say, "I'm the only black guy here."
Yeah, no. Well, I don't
But
like
she
that when
keeps-
they
she
say
keeps
I'm
bringing-
the only woman
she
either.
keeps bringing up
But
the
she
gender
is
card.
She is smart,
But she
though.
is smart.
She's smart.
And
she is smart.
she doesn't get pulled into the yelling of back and forth
No,
too,
no,
which is
she's-
also
yeah.
pretty smart.
Yeah.
So. All right.
Yeah.
You're right, Ed. Keep an eye on her. So I think, and if for some reason, I think DeSantis is going to blow up somehow.
I don't like him.
You don't have to whisper. Linda.
I don't like him.
I don't know. I don't know why I have this feeling, but
Yeah.
I just think
Yeah.
he's going to implode somehow.
Yeah.
we'll
He's full of
see.
himself. He is. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I guess he got to be to run for
so
president.
isn't
I
Trump,
think.
but
That's right.
to the nth degree. Yeah.
All right, we have to take a break on the Coffee and program, and Linda's going to take off.
Yes, I do have
Okay.
to leave, and I'll see you all next week.
Well, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure as always.
All right, we will see you next week there, Linda. All right, more Coffee Hands coming up. Stick around.
Are you looking for solutions to meet your business banking needs? At Milford Federal, the longest standing community bank in the area, they offer customized solutions for commercial lending, cash management, online banking, and payment processing services. Their business banking team is committed to the growth and success of your business with local decision making and a relationship based approach. Let Milford Federal be your banking partner. Visit them at milfordfederal.com today. Milford Federal Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and MLS number 465956.
Hi, everybody. This is Linda Tebow for Aging Well in Woonsocket, inviting you all to a fun and special way to help us with our work at the Gaston A.R. Junior Senior Center. Join us for dinner and laughter as the famous Charlie Hall presents his hilarious look at aging well called Aging Disgracefully. What's more, Aging Disgracefully is at 4:30 in the afternoon on a Friday, October 20th. No nighttime driving. Seating at the Senior Center Hall on Social Street is limited, so get your tickets today. Thanks to the generous financial support of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island, the tickets are only $30 for an afternoon of salad, dynamites, dessert, friends, and laughter you will never forget. Aging Disgracefully supports the health and wellness programs of Aging Well, Inc.
Today's the day to nominate the best of the Blackstone Valley.com.
Coffee and on OED Radio. Thanks for joining us. This is Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew. Linda Tebow had to go. And this is pretty cool, Ed. I didn't even know these things were still around. 2 tickets for seats at the Ford Theater where Abraham Lincoln was assassinated have sold at auction. Originally, the tickets were 75 cents a piece. And the tickets were for the play Our American Cousin on April 14th, 1865, the same night Lincoln was shot. I can't believe they have survived over 100 years.
The Ford Theater.
The Ford Theater, yeah.
Now the two tickets for seats. Is it the box that he was in?
No,
All right,
just
in the
in the theater itself.
Okay.
But on the night that Lincoln was shot. The Lincoln would, after he was shot, he passed away the following morning. But the tickets, and it makes you think: did the people use the tickets? Did they actually go to the show, and then came home after after the ruckus happened, and they just hung on to it? And
So-
how did it survive all this time?
So the tickets were unused
It doesn't say.
from 1864 or whatever the heck it was.
1865. It doesn't say if they were unused or not.
I mean, I guess they
It just
could have
says
been-
two. Maybe these two. Maybe the tickets were bought for $1.50, and for some reason they couldn't make it. And the family just held on to them after they found out Lincoln was
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
Hey, these may be worth something someday. Well,
Yeah.
apparently yes, because they went up for auction, and someone bought them for over $262,000. It's basically a piece of history.
Yeah.
So I don't, we weren't around back then, so we don't know what people did, what theaters did when tickets were. Here's my ticket to get into the show. Did they rip them in half? Did they just take a look at it and hand it back to you? Say, okay, go find your seats. Were they used or not used? Don't know. But it is dated. For that play, Our American Cousin, April 14th, 1865.
Wow.
And the price is on the ticket. 75 cents a piece. Did that get you front row? Or did that get you a balcony like Lincoln, or were you in the rafters of the Ford Theater? But still pretty cool that they're authentic and they were auctioned off. They have survived all this time without being burned, ripped, water getting on it, nothing like that. Sold for $262,000. Wow. Pretty neat. And the auction took place in Boston. Well, that's nice. We talked a little earlier, Ed, about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. They're the new hot item,
Yeah.
I guess, all over the NFL. Well, what happens when football players get real famous real quick? Not that Travis Kelce wasn't famous already amongst the NFL, but now that he's attached to Taylor Swift, his status has really gone up like 10 notches, let's say. And when that happens, your jersey numbers go up.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's football jersey sales are exploding. In less than 24 hours after Taylor Swift was seen at the Kansas City Chiefs game against the Chicago Bears, Kelce was listed as one of the top 5 selling NFL players and saw a 400% increase in sales.
Wow.
400%. It was on Sunday that Swift was seen watching the game from Kelce's suite with his mother. Rumors of a possible romance between the two have been flying over the last few weeks after TMZ reported the two had been quietly hanging out. Well, they couldn't really date. She was very busy this past summer. And then he's got his all football practice to go. But Brady was always in the top 5 of jerseys. Whenever he played. I know that's been taken over by Mahomes.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is right
And
there
Mahomes.
with a high number, and my auto, yeah. and now it looks like Travis Kelce is giving him a run for his money as jersey sales, and makes you wonder over there in Kansas City. They say, hey, let's bump up the price another $10. No one will notice. So that's what took place there. So if you're looking to buy a Travis Kelce jersey, they're probably a little bit more expensive. Let's see. Florida gaming regulators, they're trying to shut down 3 fantasy sports operators. The state's Gaming Control Commission sent cease and desist letters last week to Underdog Sports, Prize Picks, and Better, BETR, for reportedly taking part in illegal mobile sports wagering. The news service of Florida reports that the panel did not submit notices to major daily fantasy sports games like DraftKings or FanDuel. They're doing it on the side because they don't want to pay DraftKings or FanDuel, probably. The agency was created 2 years ago as part of an agreement reached with the Seminole tribe, which gave the tribe control over sports betting in Florida. So they're trying to circumvent that whole deal. So if you're using Underdog Sports, Prize Picks, or Better down in Florida, just like using a bookie, it's illegal. You can't do it. Unless they've stopped doing what they're doing. They got the cease and desist order. Maybe they have stopped. But that's what's going on down there in Florida. We got sports betting up here in Massachusetts and in Rhode Island. What I always thought was odd is if you want to place a bet in Rhode Island, you and your phone have to physically be in Rhode Island.
Oh yeah.
Same in Massachusetts. You have to physically be in the state, or somehow the app doesn't work. The app on your phone always knows where you are. So, hey, you're not. So if I'm at home,
1 foot out of Massachusetts.
you've stepped 1 foot over the line. Step back, please, and then you can make your bet.
Yeah.
They say that's how it's supposed to work. You have to be physically in the state to place your
Must have a very accurate navigation GPS unit.
It must be very strong to figure out where you actually are. All right, this is a bizarre story out of Pennsylvania. A Pennsylvania state trooper is in custody and facing charges after he allegedly had a woman involuntarily committed under false pretenses. Now, I hear the woman is an ex-girlfriend, and he just didn't pick someone random off the street. Authorities say 37-year-old Ronald Davis was having an intimate relationship with the victim when he tried to portray her as suicidal and harmful to herself to have her committed to a hospital following a domestic dispute. He is facing several charges, including felony strangulation, false imprisonment, and recklessly endangering another person. And I wonder how they prove that she shouldn't be where she is, where she was committed. Because how many people inside a place like that are going to say, "Well, I'm not crazy." Well, they're all going to say that. So, and I'm sure she's saying it too. I mean, I shouldn't be in here. Well, they're all going to say that too. I need to be let out. Well, they're all going to say that. So I hope she got some help from family members or things like that. And how they found her, I don't know. But wow, what a tangled web by this state trooper down in Pennsylvania, who thought, "Hey, this is a good idea." Let's and it doesn't give you a reason what he thinks he will get out of this by having her locked up.
Sounds like revenge to me.
You think it might have been all done? Yeah. I'll show you. I've got more power over you. Yeah. I can have you committed. Maybe, but yeah. Well, you just never know, huh?
No, you never know.
You never know. The mayor of Malibu, California, is calling out Kourtney Kardashian, claiming she lied on a permit application. Don't you hate it when the Kardashians are in trouble?
Yeah.
Mayor Bruce Silverstein says Kardashian misrepresented the nature of a party thrown at a mansion on Saturday. Silverstein claims the event was represented as a baby shower being hosted by the owner of the property. In reality, he says the house was rented out for a large influencer event. Silverstein is asking for an internal investigation to determine if any city employees were, quote, complicit in what he calls fraud after the permit was granted on an emergency expedited basis. So let me get this straight. If you want to have a baby shower in Malibu, California, you have to go to the town and get a permit to have this done? Did I read that right?
That's what you read.
Isn't that odd? That you have to get a permit to hold a baby shower? Or because it was because it was a private mansion that you have to have the permit.
No idea. You stumped me.
Stumped again. The mayor says Kourtney Kardashian represented the event as a baby shower. Turns out it was a large party of some sort, a large event. And so her permit says baby shower when that's what it was. So if you were to go down to Newport and you wanted to rent out one of the mansions for a party, first of all, you have a lot of money, I guess, to do this. Do you have to tell the city of Newport what the basis of the party is? Is it a baby shower? Are you having a white supremacist meeting? Are you having a Black Lives Matter meeting? And do they have to approve the meeting that you're having? I haven't heard of this. I don't know. This is something I've never done.
So when you read that, I was under the impression that this mansion was her mansion.
That's what I thought it was.
And,
but
and if that would be the case, it's like, I have a party for whatever reason I want in my own mansion.
It's my house. Yeah.
Yeah. But if it's a mansion that is for rent for occasions, then maybe they do have to have a permit.
Kardashian rented the party thrown at a mansion, not her mansion.
Yeah. Sorry. So maybe that's why.
Maybe someone not just, you can rent out my house if you're having a very large party and you want it to be glamorous because we're in Malibu, California.
But it may not be someone's house. It could be a mansion owned by a company.
Yeah, it doesn't say. Okay. You never know what people are going to do to make money. Let me buy a house and then I'll just rent it out for parties.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to make money. Okay.
Yeah. You get that. You can use that mansion. Just it's on Airbnb.
That's right. Wow, 100,000? Is that all for 2 nights? Wow, gee, that's a bargain. And in case you were wondering, in case you got to make your plans now, a revival of the musical The Wiz is announcing its opening date on Broadway. The show will feature Wayne Brady as The Wiz, Deborah Cox as Glinda, and Nichelle Lewis as Dorothy, and will open on April 17th, 2024. On Sunday, the show opened in Baltimore, because you always open on the road. Nearly 50 years after the show had its world premiere there, it had 5 standing ovations.
Wow.
How about that? That's very nice of them.
And
Yes, sir.
Ducky passed away.
Ducky passed away is right. Robert McCullum. Is that
David.
David McCullum. He was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
For the older people that knew him from the 1960 show, but a lot of people knew him as Ducky from NCIS. 90 years old.
90 years old.
He passed away. So natural causes, right?
That's what it said.
That's what I had. Okay, very good. We've come to the end of the program. Thank you very much for listening, as always, and we thank Linda Tebow for coming in, and we thank Ed Crew for coming in as well. Thanks, Ed.
You're welcome.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. Have a great day, everyone. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do your remembers at 9:30 on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. The Rhode Island Department of Health is touting the state's continued success of being a nationwide leader when it comes to adolescent vaccinations. According to recently released data from the CDC in Atlanta, Rhode Island teenagers place at or above the national average for every vaccine type